Hey guys, what is up? Today, I'm doing a portfolio update video. It's a little bit different than one we've done in the past. We've consolidated a lot of our holdings, as well as diversified into real estate, staking pools, and some other fun stuff. Let's get it. Hey guys, welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. Let's go ahead and get started with this update. The first asset that's the most fun to own, of course, my Lambo. My 2018 Lamborghini Huracan Performante is worth about $350,000 and has held its value for the 6 months that I've owned it. Now, since February, we've actually been taking some profits and we've rolled them into some real estate. Not just the Hit Factory here, but some other rental properties. To date, we own $5 million worth of real estate spread across 7 properties. We also have $1.5 million in fiat. Blech. But it's in a bank, and that's just to keep it super liquid in case a big opportunity pops up. Now, that's all of our physical assets. Let's get digital. At the top, we have 106.6 Bitcoin, worth about $4.1 million. Now, for altcoins, get to the end of the list, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about some of the decisions that we made. Okay, so here we go. First altcoin, Ethereum. We hold 1,152.9 ETH, worth about $3.36 million. When it comes to stable coins, they're split between Tether, USDC, and the Gemini dollar that are worth $2.4 million. Got to be liquid in stable coins. We still have 1 million ADA, worth $925,000, but most of that is delegated to our BIT pool, staking pool. More on that in a few moments. Next, we have 1,018,211 XRP, worth $824,000 at the time of this recording. You know, we love some XRP here on the channel. Polkadot is next, coming in at 39,284 DOT, and that's worth $785,000. Someone unplug the router, please. Somebody go check on Solana. We hold actually about 7,696 SOL that's worth $705,000. It was worth a lot more at one time. Now, we also have another layer 1 protocol we like, Avalanche. For Avalanche, we have 7,838 AVAX worth 607,000 frozen presidents. For everyone's favorite, Elrond, we hold 3,655 e-gold tokens, and that is worth $669,000. Next, we have 9,943 of a token we love for this year, FTT. And right now, that is worth $437,000. That, of course, is the utility token of the FTX exchange. We've got 14,702 Atom, and that is worth $409,573. We love some Cosmos. 788 BNB is on our portfolio, worth 310 grand. We have 40,756 Rune, the one that's pumping lately, and that's worth $350,000. We have 1.3 million HBAR, and that is worth $218,000. For our next token, we've got about 400,000 Polygon. That's worth about $596,000. We've got 10,000 Chainlink coming in at 155K. You guys know DZ will be happy about that one. We've got 240,000 Chronos, formerly known as CRO tokens, that add up to right at $100,000. And another one we love a lot, we got a bucket of sand worth 100,000 clams, about $99,000 to be exact. We got 31,610 sand. When it comes to Algorand, we've got 119, almost 120,000 algo, worth about $95,000. Celsius is keeping us chill, so we hold 25,000 Cell tokens worth $83,000. That's actually held because of a collateralized loan we have with them. Now, we put a lot into IMX, Immutable X, recently. So we now hold 33,000 IMX tokens worth $75,000. Is an up-and-coming project you definitely want to keep your eyes on. And everybody loves cake, so we've got 2,406 Cake tokens, that's actually for liquidity for another project, why we hold it. We got about 75,000 bucks worth. That's a lot of frosting. And please, don't sleep on Luna like we did. We've got 788 Luna tokens worth 67 grand. We're definitely looking to accumulate more of that one soon. And lastly, my most disappointing holding that we have is 3,000 Theta worth about 10 grand. We botched that one up big time, should hold a lot more. I've got a couple more dozen holdings that are less than 10,000 each, like Axie, BitToken, Tezos, Harmony, Litecoin, and all of these smaller holds add up to about $120,000. So a lot of you guys will notice that we've consolidated a lot of our holdings. Tokens that we've sold off have included VeChain. Now, why did we sell off VeChain, a project we actually liked for many, many years? Well, unfortunately, just all of the geopolitical tension between the United States and China has led us to just drop that out of our portfolio. I don't think it's going to make it onto Coinbase at any point, like people want to believe that it is going to end up on. And I do think when it comes to VeChain, there's still a lot of upside, a lot of potential. We made a lot of money with it, but we just dropped it for those reasons, to be honest. Kadena, another project that we've liked for a while over the last year or so, but Kadena was what we considered to be our Mendoza line. We had to make tough cuts, and I'm going to talk about that philosophy in a minute, and Kadena was one of them, but we still think Kadena, JP Morgan blockchain, we think it's got potential to, be a top 25 to 40 coin. It's not technically the JPM blockchain, but JP Morgan has a lot of influence into Kadena. That's definitely why it is one to watch. Another project we sadly parted with was GRT, or the Graph. Still believe a lot of potential for the Graph going forward. However, the issue comes in, you just got to make some cuts. Now, why did we have to make cuts? Well, one thing we've been talking to you guys a lot about on the channel are our investing philosophies. We have 5 investing philosophies here at BitBoy Crypto, and these are what lead us to make the decisions that we make. Number 1, you have to develop a long-term mindset. Number 2, you have to understand market behavior. Number 3, and this is the one that's key here, build a balanced portfolio. We'll come back to that. Number 4, become a crypto expert in a certain niche. Number 5, navigate crypto safely. Don't get scammed. So when it comes to building a balanced portfolio, we've told you guys you really want about 20 holdings that are your primary holdings. These are the coins that you look at, and you don't want to get too many into that mix. When you do that, you're getting kind of, diminishing returns, if you will. If a project pumps 100%, but you don't have very much in it because you've got money in other projects, then you're not really feeling those gains. So those are 3 projects that, according to our philosophy, we wanted to trim down to less than 20 main tokens that are in our portfolio. We still have a few others, but they're much smaller. Like we said, $120,000 total. So this is why we did this. It doesn't mean we don't believe in a lot of projects. You can actually find our full portfolio with all those smaller coins down below in the description. So another thing we have, staking pools. We are really proud of our staking pools and the work that we put into them. We have pools for Cardano, Cartesi, OneChain, Phoenix, Presearch, and pretty soon, AVAX. If you want more information on how to stake on our pools, we posted that down below in the description along with some links. Thousands of BitSquad members are joining us and reaping the staking rewards, so make sure that you don't miss out. Now, we all understand that the infrastructure of crypto is huge. The infrastructure of Metaverse might be even bigger. That's why we were an early buyer in Sandbox and currently own $2.5 million worth of Sandbox land, 40% of which we've leased out to the BitSquad community so they can make their presence known in the Metaverse. And I'm also excited to share that NFTs are a growing part of our portfolio and have been very dynamic in their price action in the last 3 months alone. So when it comes to NFTs, we own Bored Ape 5012, Mutant Ape 3889, one Bored Ape Kennel Club Dog, a MeBit, CryptoPunk 6913, Black Hole Pluto Alliance, Alien 52, and 2 Atom Bomb Squads. All this totals up to about 286 ETH or $850,000 worth of liquid JPEGs. I kid. All in all, BitBoy Crypto and Hit Network is worth roughly $33 million and counting. Crypto is down, but BitBoy Crypto and Hit Network are going strong. We've got a long-term mindset for the People's Channel, and being open and transparent with how we make our gains is part of that. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.